Hi, everybody, and welcome to the basketball edition of Proline. We're going to take a look at a couple of the big college games on the weekend schedule. Duke, NC State, matching up on Saturday, and Michigan, Ohio State on Sunday. I'm Dave Cokin. John Cranton from Jim Feist Sports is here as well. Before we get into the games, let's catch up on some business. And first, John, we have a playoff contest on the website right now that everybody can get involved in, and it's cash money. The prize is long green in your pocket. Tell them everything about it.
Yeah, Christmas may be behind us, but there's still plenty of presents out there at JimFeist.tv. It's a Super Bowl contest. What you have to do is pick the two teams that are going to be in the Super Bowl. You only have until this Saturday, January 12th. You can get involved as $4,000 worth of total prizes, $2,000 cash grand prize, and you get involved by texting contest 313131, the two teams you think are going to be in the Super Bowl. If you want more details, go to JimFeist.tv.
All right, let's also look at what's happening this weekend in terms of special offers. I've got a 3-day, $33 package in basketball. All my action and under the hat plays for 3 full days for $33. $11 a day, and you're going to get plenty of plays. In addition, if you're one of the first 100 people to sign up, you will get the rest of the NFL season free of charge. You'll get an action play, side or total, on every remaining playoff game through the Super Bowl. That's included, no extra cost whatsoever. So take advantage of this offer now by calling 1-866-896-1629. That's 1-866-896-1629. Also, to get my free play each day on a text message, just text Cokin, C-O-K-I-N, to 313131. And just like that, you'll get back each day's free play. How about Jim? What does he got going this weekend, John?
Jim has a special. If you like to play college hoops and NFL, you can play through the March tournament with Jim for $39. All of his executive service college basketball plays. And if you sign up before this weekend, Jim has his NFL playoff total of the year going this weekend. That'll be included as a bonus. All this for $39 from Jim Feist. 1-866-841-1655.
All right, Duke coming off an easy win against Clemson on Tuesday. NC State will be playing Georgia Tech, actually. We're taping this before that contest. And you wonder if they might be looking ahead a bit. I know a lot of bettors were thinking that way because the action was coming in on the underdog in that Wednesday game. Again, we don't have the result of that as we're taping this. But the big showdown is Saturday. Duke at NC State in Raleigh. And this is pretty good stuff because NC State is a really good shooting basketball team under Mark Gottfried. I'm telling you what, they like to run, but they don't just gun. This team is very good in terms of making that extra pass and getting a high percentage shot. They're shooting 53% from the field. That is absolutely outstanding. The effective field goal percentage is tremendous. So, and you would not think that a team that runs this much would have that kind of shooting percentage. The flip side of that, though, is Duke has been absolutely tremendous all season. They've been playing the best college basketball in the country. And in a big game situation, you wonder if Mike Krzyzewski might have a little bit of an edge. Duke's been in these a million times before. So has Coach K. I think this is, it's not a new thing for Gottfried. He's been around. And the NC State team is a veteran team, and they won some big games last year. But I still have a tendency to not like going against Duke in situations like this. At the same time, Duke's going to lose at some point, okay? Nobody goes unbeaten in college basketball, and it's a gut feeling that's going to be in this game. So the numbers for me actually lean a little bit Duke, but I think the situation, the way I read it, I think it favors NC State a little bit. John, I'm kind of looking at the Wolfpack right now as a possibility, at least.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, this Duke team, when you get undefeated teams or public teams as the year goes along, you can get some diminished line value with them, especially when they're playing on the road. Now, this Duke team, as you mentioned, just phenomenal in these step-up games. They beat Kentucky, Louisville, and Ohio State, all ranked in the top 4, all 3 of them at the time. They're tops in the ACC in three-point shooting, so if you want to hang with Duke, you got to be able to have some big bodies in the low post, and you got to be play some defense, especially along the three-point line. And here's the thing: they haven't won these games. Duke has by big margins. They beat Louisville and Ohio State by 5 points apiece, and they'll be playing this NC State team that was picked by many to win the ACC this year. A lot of talent, under the radar as far as bettors are concerned. 14-5-1 spread run. They got big bodies and athletic talent in the low post with guys like Leslie, Howard, and Warren. But just as important, this team is tops at defending a three-pointer in ACC play, so they can beat you, as you mentioned, offensively, shooting and running, but they're also outstanding defensively. Now they're going to have home court. You look back at last year's game, it was a 5-point game. Duke won 78-73, but they were down by 20 points in that game, so it was very close. And as you mentioned, at some point, Duke is going to trip up and not be able to win these close games or have these remarkable comebacks like that. And NC State's going to be fired up. They're home. I wouldn't be surprised to see NC State pull the win in this one.
Before we get to the next game and we get to Jeff Saad, I also think we better get Jim's offer for the weekend out there, because I believe I forgot to let you speak on that.
Oh, we covered that. Yeah, the March tourney for $39 plus the total of the year. Yep.
Oh, we did?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought you only were talking about the contest. I wasn't paying attention. I was sitting here thinking about the Duke-NC State game, actually. Well, before we get to the Michigan-Ohio State matchup, which is on Sunday, and just a dynamite game in the Big Ten, let's go out to our man in the street, Jeff Saad, LVSS. Free pick on, well, something. Let's find out what it is, Jeff.
Thanks, Dave. 2 weeks ago, I nailed my bowl game of the year as Vandy blew out NC State 38-24. My NFL playoff game of the year goes this weekend. You can get that along with a week of pro and college basketball, including a high roller tonight. All this for just $10. Call LVSS at 1-866-575-8916. Your free play is on the Packers 49ers contest. Green Bay goes from playing at frigid Lambeau Field on Sunday out to the West Coast in the Mountain Bay area. That's good news for the passing attack behind quarterback Aaron Rodgers. 38 TDs, 9 interceptions. The over is 6-2 in Packers' last 8 playoff games. And speaking of overs, that's what these teams did in the opener when they played each other in a 30-22 49ers win at Green Bay. San Fran had 377 total yards, 186 rushing. Rodgers finished 30-44 for 303 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the 49ers ran a 7-1 run over the total as the defense allowed 42 and 34 points in 2 of the last 3 games. Play the Packers 49ers to go over the total. Once again, get my NFL playoff game of the year and get that along with a week of pro and college basketball, including a high roller tonight. All this for just $10. Call LVSS at 1-866-575-8916. Back to you, Dave.
All right, thanks a lot, Jeff, and take advantage of that offer. $10 offers. Outstanding. Okay, Michigan, Ohio State. John, I think Michigan's the best college basketball team in the country. I love the personnel on this team, and John Beilein, there's nobody better in game than John Beilein. I really think this is, if I had to pick a national champion right now, it would be Michigan. That doesn't mean I like them in this game. Find out what you think about this one first.
Well, I'm looking more at the total in this one. You got 2 outstanding rivalry teams going up here. Michigan just having a phenomenal season, undefeated. Kind of a throwback when you look at the names. You got Hardaway and Glenn Robinson Jr., but these are all the kids on this very young team. And I love Beilein's defense. When they beat Pitt earlier this season, 67-62, they were down at the half, but he switched to a 1-3-1 defensive zone and shut them down. They also played West Virginia, held them to 38% shooting. And this is going to be a tough challenge heading to Ohio State. They can also play exceptional defense. Buckeyes are number 2 in the Big Ten, giving up just 57.7 points per game. You want to talk about field goal shooting defense? Not many better than Ohio State. 37% shooting allowed. That's second in the conference, and they're third in the conference at defending the three-point land. Now, there's a lot of trends in this game that point toward a high-scoring game. Buckeyes are 12-4 over the total when they face a good team, a team with a winning record of over 60%, and when they face a team with a winning record, a perfect 6-0 over the total. However, that's not how I'm looking at this game. I think this is going to be sort of a prelude to conference play and March Madness play. Very tough, physical, defensive game. I'm looking at this to be much low scoring. Similar to last year, they had 2 games last year where the losing team scored 51 and 55 points, and in one of those games, Michigan won 56-51. I think you're going to see that type of game. Really tough defensive.
I think Ohio State needs to play that way if they're going to beat this team. They're not going to out-athlete them. Michigan's got better athletes than Ohio State. And on their home court, I do think Ohio State will have a good chance to turn it into that kind of a grinder basketball game. I think you can possibly correlate and parlay this. If you like the over, then I think you need to probably take a look at the Michigan side. If you like Ohio State, might not be the worst idea in the world to tie that in with an under, because for one to happen, I think the other one will have to happen as well. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to that game. But I will tell you that I'm not picking a side here, because I think, again, it's very tough to go unbeaten, and this is a game that Michigan can lose. But if they were to seed the 64-team tournament right now, I think I'd pick Michigan to run the table. All right. Before we close it out, let's do some best bets, and once again let everybody know what's happening. John, let's start with you. Best bet, and also details once again on the contest.
Sure, we'll go best bet in the NFL playoffs. Take the Houston Texans. I think it's a real close game. Wouldn't be surprised if it's an overtime game, real tight defensive game. And it's not going to be the 42-14 blowout we saw last month. If you want to get involved in a free Super Bowl contest, there's $4,000 worth of total prize, a $2,000 cash grand prize, all at jimfeist.tv. What you have to do is just pick the teams who you think are going to meet in the Super Bowl, and you text it to contest at 313131. Details also at jimfeist.tv. And Jim Feist, keep in mind, he has a special going. You can play all the way through March tournament play with Jim. His executive service plays in college hoop from now right through the March tournament, $39. If you sign up for the weekend, you'll get Jim's NFL playoff total of the year that goes this weekend, 1-866-841-1655.
Okay, best bet. I will go with this Michigan-Ohio State total. I really think Ohio State needs to play the game this way. I think they'll manage to, at least for a half, keep it at the pace they want, and that'll keep this game eventually under the total. Your best bet, I don't think there's any question about it. Make that phone call to 1-866-896-1629. Spend $33. Get 3 full days of action and under the hat plays in college and pro basketball. And as long as you're one of the first 100 in, I'll give you free football through the Super Bowl. You'll get an action play, either a side or total, on every remaining NFL playoff game. So that's 7 big plays right there, included in the package, included in the Super Bowl. Included is the Super Bowl as well. Make sure and call 1-866-896-1629. That's going to do it for the Hoop edition of Proline. We'll come back after this weekend's NFL playoff action. We'll be back with a recap show early in the week, and we'll start the whole process over again. For John Cranton and Jim Feist, and for Jeff Sott, I'm Dave Cokin. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a great weekend.
Good luck, everyone.